Whoa, what the hell's going on? Welcome to UBL Week 4. We are playing Greyveee, which is really significant. Why is it significant? Because it was rematch. It's the rematch. It's the rematch. I can't say words. From last season, which is crazy because if you don't know, last season in UBL, we went undefeated until finals. And then Greyveee took my heart, took it out of my chest, broke it into a bunch of little pieces and beat me 1-0. So I didn't end up getting the UBL championship despite going undefeated the rest of my games because Jack stole that shit away from me. So we're here trying to get revenge, even though our record is in kind of the shitter. And it kind of goes to show how strong UBL has become and how really good it is this season because Jack as well is also 1-2. So not only is this the championship rematch, but like we're trying to fight to get on top of the standings here. So despite us being the two finishing players last season, we still got a ton of people above us, and that just again goes to show how strong the competition is, and we really want to get up there. So right now we're 1-2 -1. I want to speak a little bit to last week, but I'm going to be so fucking brief about it because I don't even want to think about it. I was kind of in a shitty mental situation, but also at the same time I feel like that's no excuse for kind of like my bitterness that I was during that game. So I do apologize for that, but hey, here we are. And best of luck to Incog and the rest of the coaches throughout the rest of the season, but we're focusing on the championship rematch now, baby. Like we're gonna I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of loosen up and see how it goes. I feel like against Vepsis and Incog I've been a little tense, and against Jay, which was my win, against again an amazing player, I was loose. So we're gonna try and be loose this time. We're gonna try and be a little loose. I still got life stuff going on, but we gotta loosen up because that will help us, hopefully. Maybe, possibly, we'll find out. This intro is chaotic, but also so am I. So I will show you the team, and it's a very fun fucking build. So let's see how it goes. Who knows? But yeah, I'll show you the team. Bam. I can't stop. I don't know why I did that. So here's our matchup. I didn't get to speak about it in week 3, but we actually made a few transactions on our team. We have Cinchino now and Abomasnow, and those are mons that I think are going to be very useful to me throughout the rest of the season, and are mons that I think helped me with some things that my team didn't have before. One in particular being a weakness to Edgequake, and while Abomasnow doesn't necessarily beat Edgequake, it has reliable super effective priority against the mons that do. So it's going to be a nice mon that's going to threaten like Garchomp, Landorus T, things like that, that I have still on my schedule coming up. Just really like out prioritize dragons and things like that. And I've been really liking dragons and grounds, and I've been really liking using priority a lot lately. Like this team thrives on priority, so the more priority the better. I'm also again taking one out of Slacking's book. I dropped Maractus, which made him disappointed, but he loves Abomasnow too, so hopefully this kind of made it up to him. And I think that weather is actually really great here, but not because I have like some hail sweeper. That's fucking stupid, but because residual chip against my team doesn't matter too much. I'm not looking to try and take hits and be perfectly securing, living 3 at KOs or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to click buttons, right? And when I have a status condition that is constantly dealing negative chip to my opponent, like anti-leftovers, it helps put things in range, which I think is going to be really significant. 6% is pretty significant when it's happening literally every single turn. If a mon is in for 2 turns, I mean, that's 1 round of rocks, basically. So I think Abomasnow is going to be really nice on this team. And then we have Cinchino. The reason we have Cinchino is for 2 reasons. So one is that I think that I felt myself in a position too much where I was like forced to use Lycanroc to revenge. I think one example of this is my game against Jay, which even though I won, I still kind of struggled a little bit. In that I was trying to figure out, okay, what outspeeds? Lycanroc's the only thing on my team that outspeeds outside of Thundurus. And, right now, both of these mons, they could be great revengers, right? Thundurus or Lycanroc. But also at the same time, they don't want to be forced into that role. I want to be able to run Nastapod Thundurus. I want to be able to run like a Sash Lead Lycanroc or an SD Lycanroc. I don't want it to be forced into a revenger role. So Cinchino opens up that hole for me and gives me that normal type that I lost with Beware. I don't have a fighting type because I dropped Beware because I just didn't think it meshed with the team very well, and I didn't see it being that useful in future matchups. As much as I think Beware is a hilariously awesome design and fun mon, and I wish that I could use it, I don't think this is the team that it would best fit on. But that being said, I think Cinchino is a great addition, And even though I'm losing a fighting type, what I've realized this season is that Lycanroc's basically a quasi-fighting type anyway. Like, it gets the fighting stab from Tough Claws CC, so whatever. Jack's team, let's take a look at this. Jack's team is very, very interesting. He doesn't actually have a grounded poison. So initially I was kind of anticipating like going for some kind of T-spike strategy, but I ultimately decided that the better course of action for me was going to be to basically just go regular spikes, because I want to be able to chip things down like the AG slash, as well as something, basically anything else as well. I didn't think poison was as good against his team as much as a spike, so I think that spikes are just better, mostly for AG slash is kind of the point. So but still a lot of grounded mons and not a grounded poison, but I didn't capitalize on the grounded poison with my build, as you'll see in a bit. And then top 3, terrifying. AG slash, Curum, Starmie, very scary. Speed tier is pretty scary. Webs, King Shield, a lot of things that lower stats, which is going to be very nice for a certain mon on our team that we're bringing for the first time this time around. Thwacky, also a massive issue. Every single week, this is the week I probably found it hardest to bring Lycanroc, which might sound kind of crazy because I just faced a Corviknight, but Thwacky is actually an insane defensive answer, and even things like Regirock and Crocodile and AG slash, and again, like Crocodile could also be Scarf, Blaziken could be Scarf. Very annoying for Lycanroc to handle. So this is probably Lycanroc's weakest matchup, but I am bringing it nonetheless. So let's get into what the team is, and I will show you all that in a second by doing this. Yeah. I'm great. I know what I'm doing. Let's go down. Bam. That's not right. Uh-oh. Whew. Live editing, people. Here we are. How many of you watch this shit anyway? Okay, so Spadef Mew, this is the choice specs Curum switch in, or just special Curum in general. The one annoying thing about my team is that he can probably pretty freely run modest Curum, so I wanted to be sure I had to swap into it. I'm kind of realizing just 4 attacks Mew is kind of just really fucking sexy, and I achieves perfect coverage against him with the exception of what, like, I don't even know, Thwacky? Who knows? But generally speaking, I like this coverage. I was initially special with like Volt Switch, Ice Beam, Earth Power, but I actually found out that Knock and Low Kick are really nice. And Low Kick's the thing on Mew that always will 2-hit KO Curum, unlike some certain special options like Dragon Pulse and Power Gem and things like that. So Low Kick is the most reliable way for me to break down Curum, and this is the answer to Curum, so I want a reliable way to break down Curum. Stone Edge is there for things like Arachnid and Togekiss, so that's nice. And then we have the U-turn as well for momentum. This is Lycanroc. It is a sash lead, so it's not a breaker or a cleaner like I have attempted to make it in past games, but a lead that is supposed to deal early damage to the mons that I fear most. Things like if he leads AG Slash, I can get an immediate 80% off with Duro Run. If he leads Regirock, I can Duro Run a few times and just get it in range and not be afraid of dying because I have the focus sash. Once my sash is broken, I might play it with it a little bit more conservatively, but this allows me almost to make plays against Jack that I just normally are not very comfortable making, which is just hitting the thing in front of me for super effective damage. And I feel much more comfortable doing that when I know I have the sash to live a hit, as opposed to not having it. So Lycanroc enables me to do that. It allows me to get early game chip on things, and if something like Thwacky doesn't come, this thing deals like a shit ton of damage right off lead. So that is kind of the goal behind it, and also I can run Adamant, which is fucking beautiful. This is Primarina. One of Jack's biggest weaknesses on his team is that he lacks a fairy resist outside of AG Slash, and AG Slash really doesn't want to be Scald Burned. If it's physical, it doesn't want to be Scald Burned. If it's special, I have the AV, so that's pretty cool. But generally speaking, Moonblast, Scald, Aqua Jet, Flip Turn. This was originally Hydro Pump, but I like Aqua Jet there just in case of something like Scale Shot Crocodile, or Blaziken, or even like, I don't fucking know, like Jolteon, who knows? It's just nice priority. I didn't think I needed much else, so that's why we're doing what we're doing with the fucking Primarina. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next spawn is Bisharp, which is knockoff Ironhead Sucker Punch X Scissor. X Scissor was a last minute change because I was a little bit afraid of Choppleberry Crocodile, and you know, this is supposed to be my coverage for Crocodile, so I decided to switch to the move that I thought he would less likely have the resist berry for. We have the Sugarberry, which is super amazing. Again, similar to the Focus Sash, it allows me to feel comfortable not having to make tactical switches against Jack. I feel more comfortable just staying in against Cure, I'm going for the damage. Staying in against Crook, I'm going for the damage. Crook could be CC, but look at my team. Look how grounded this shit is. Like, he's clicking Earthquake. So I like Sugarberry here because it just, again, enables me to stay in and get damage, and that's how I'm going to win this game. Aselgor is physically defensive. You do know I love my defensive Aselgors with Spikes, Recover, Encore, and U-Turn. A little bit risky of a mon to bring against something like Aegislash, but if it is, say, Autonomize, I feel like I can Encore that. If he is anything else, like Swords Dance, I feel like very comfortable with Cinccino and Bisharp revenging it. Like, Bisharp outspeeds all forms of Aegislash, like, we're fine. So I don't feel too bad about not being able to touch Aegislash, and Spikes, like I said, are really solid here. His team is very grounded, so it makes a ton of sense to bring a Aselgor here. And my one game that I won, I brought a Aselgor, and my 2 games I lost, I didn't bring a Aselgor. So what does that say? Aselgor's got to be coming a lot more, so we're going to go for that. And then finally, we have Cinccino. This is one of the first sets I came up with, and actually I liked this free agent because it looked very good in this game in particular, but it also looks good in future games as well. But in this game in particular, I really liked having Cinccino. One, because it takes pressure off Bisharp, right? If I find myself in a situation where Aegislash kills something, I don't want to be forced to go into Bisharp, because Bisharp could very easily be an endgame mon, and I don't want to force Bisharp to take damage or take a hit that it's not prepared to take. So I feel very solid about the option of going into Cinccino instead and setting up a substitute. If he switches out, I'm behind a sub, so I don't have to predict. And if he King Shields, I'm behind a sub, which is, again, amazing. And the way that, like, the King Shield sub shenanigans works out here, I think is very effective since I'm a normal type and immune to Shadow Sneak. So if he goes for King Shield and I go for substitute, I can go for knockoff, and then he attacks me if I don't kill. And if he attacks me, all of a sudden he's in range of another knockoff. So he's either, again, forced in the same dilemma. He has to switch and I get another hit off, or he has to stay in and King Shield, which I can get a sub off. And if he just stays in and attacks, like, then I can kill the next turn or something. So yeah, there's too many scenarios and too many 50-50s that I could come out on the top side of with this normal type substitute mon in front of Aegislash. That helps quite a bit. The King's Rock is very scummy of me, but I couldn't find a better item. I considered Air Balloon for Crook, but I think King's Rock is going to be better. I think that's the hope that I get. In Mox, which I did a few of, it never ever popped off, so hopefully that means it pops off in this game. Maybe, we'll see. I seriously doubt it, but again, I just can't think of anything better. The other thing was like Rock Blast or Bullet Seed, but I think Rock Blast is going to be nice for things like the Curum and the Togekiss. Bullet Seed would just be for like Crocodile, which I can Tail Slap, and Regirock, which I'm fingers crossed hoping doesn't come, but if it does, I think I have tools elsewhere to take it out. And I feel like it doesn't want to risk coming in on Cinccino here because it's so pressed to take on Lycanroc if it does come. So that's team against Jack, and we will get into the game. What's going on, everyone? We are in our finals rematch against Jack, aka Greyveee. This is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said in the intro, we're both 1 and 2, which is terrifying. Which, you know, is scary because we both want to win this because it's a finals rematch, but also we don't want to be 1 and 3. Just shows how good the competition is this season with the fact that the 2 semifinalists from last season are not doing too hot. Although, you know, who knows. CD brings, I expect AG, Curum, Starmie, Crook, Arachnid is the 5. The 6 is the toss-up. Could see Togekiss, but I'd be pretty surprised. Really hoping to not see Jolteon because I'm not bringing Nidoqueen this week. Kind of hope the last one isn't Thwackey either, because that's kind of his best answer to Lycanroc. Also kind of hoping for no Regirock, but it's going to be one of the ones that I just said. It's not going to be none of them. Yeah, Thwackey comes, Blaziken comes, so what isn't here? The Arachnid, really? Okay, I don't mind that because I was kind of... Arachnid puts me in a tricky situation where I have to, like, sack my Primarina in order to kill it, and that's, like, an exchange that, like, I didn't want to make, but kind of felt forced to make. I appreciate this a lot more because I feel like Primarina opens up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm going to lead off with Lycanroc here. God, I wish I wasn't boots now on Varelia because I was helmet before and that would have been fucking beautiful. But you know what? Here we are. I think this is still I want to lead. If he leads anything, I can get a hit off. If he leads Thwacky, I'm very confident that Varelia should be able to swap in successfully, and I will preserve my sash in the process. So I'm okay with that. I think this is how I want to do this. I feel good. I feel great. We'll see how it goes. This is just going to be a fun game. I've been kind of stressing a little bit, and I wanted to use this league to be a little bit more chill, and my personality doesn't allow for that, so we're trying to be chill today. It's a chill day. It's a chill day. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. Everything's fine. And we're going to have a fun time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll be good. I've been playing this game called Omori lately, which is kind of like a nice reset away from Pokemon, so we'll see if that's nice. For Cluck's sake, what the fuck is that? Okay, that's you. So we're going to get to know right away if you are choiced or not. Do I want to Drill Run right off the bat? Do I want to Rock Blast? I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I think Drill Run is safe. So I will do that. I feel like Thwacky's coming in, but like, It's not like, it doesn't really feel like Rock Blast would be too great anyway. He does U-turn, so this does really be Scarf. There's I guess another universe I could have gone Prima there to preserve Lycan a little bit better, preserve its sash. Diddy Konga, that's you. We're going to see how much this does. Probably very little. Does just about 12, which tells me that this is Max Fizdef Thwacky. Yep, Max Fizdef Thwacky. So even though that turn didn't go great for me, at the same time, I now have a ton of information about stuff. Like, I now know that this is Scarf, I know that this is Eviolite, everything's great. We will go into Varelia here. He might U-turn and go back into Blaziken, which would not be ideal. We'll have to catch him at some point. He actually just knocks, so I am Sticky Hold, so this doesn't phase me too much. And what this actually lets me do is get up a Spike, which is actually kind of beautiful. I gotta say, kind of beautiful. Spike is the best thing here. His entire team is grounded. It makes a ton of sense for me to do it. So I will. I honestly don't even know what he goes into here. It could be AG Slash. Nope, back into Blaziken. That's fine. Do I think he U-turns here? Maybe, but I need this. And Grass Train is up, so I feel like I could just go into Purina pretty safely. I don't need it for much else besides this. If he goes into Thwacky, I can just go right back into a Selgor. Doesn't bother me too much. He's the one taking Spike's chip. I do wish I had my Sash, but it's not the end of the world. And he's taking a while to think, so we'll be ahead on timer unless I freak out. And that's very possible. Something I've noticed about all my games is I've gone down to like 2 minutes on my timer, and my opponents have gone down to like 7. So that's been kind of crazy. So I gotta be better about that. But let's see. He does go for the Flare Blitz, so I'm glad I didn't over predict there. And this is gonna give us momentum via. Oh my fucking Jesus. Okay. That's fine though. So he has Scarf. He's U-turn. He's Flare Blitz. Glad I didn't stay in there. We can just go for a Flip Turn. We could also just go for a Moonblast, but I feel good about going for Flip Turn, primarily because it could possibly not be Thwacky that comes in here, which would be, yeah, the thing. So, interesting that this Blaziken comes as Choice Scarf. It means that this Crocodile likely isn't Choice Scarf, so that's going to be interesting. I think it could be Scale Shot, it could be defensive for Lycanroc, but it seems like the Thwacky's the defensive answer, so... we will get momentum onto this Thwacky. I wish I had checked if the terrain was going to be gone or not, but alas. Okay, so what can take advantage of this? Bisharp looks great, but it could be Drain Punch. I could just set up another Spike. That seems sexy. Let's do that. if he's spin on Starmie, I mean, I force it to come out, which is cool. So let's do that. Could also just get offensive momentum and click U-turn, which would also be kind of great. I kind of like that option too. Let's just do that. Let's click U-turn here. I'd be shocked if he stayed in, given how much he wants this for Lightning Rock. This thing is knock. I assume it's also glide. I assume it's also U-turn and drain punch. That's what I would assume its last moves are. All right, I'm glad I went for U-turn there. Does AG come in? No, Blaziken comes in again. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not put into this situation too much. We do click the U-turn here, which is great. I guess I just go right back into Primarina. I don't really know what a better option is. So let's do that. I could click Scald relatively freely, in the sense that if Thwackey comes in, I get recovery. I could also just click Moonblast here to do the most damage possible. I could also just click Flip Turn again, but I think I want to click Scald on the off chance he just takes damage. And this being gone would be like absolutely ideal. So let's just Scald here and try and score a burn. I kind of like that idea. Again, I could be Flip Turning here. Maybe that's the better play, but part of me hopes that he like calls that I don't do that, because he's kind of caught in this vortex right now. I should never die to anything, you know, so we'll see. If I burn the Thwackey, that's best case scenario. So he U-turns. I guess I should have seen it coming, but it's not the end of the world, especially if I can get a burn on Thwackey or on anything. Literally anything. Bring in something different. Spin to win. That's different. Why not? He might spin here, so I'm just gonna Moonblast. I mean, depending on how much this does. This is AV, then maybe not, but burn? Ah, you bitch. Okay, so seeing how much that Scald does, it took him from, that did 28%. Prima versus Starmie. Moonblast looks to kill, so we're gonna go for that. I should live anything because I'm AV. If he attacks me, it's obviously gonna put me in range of Blaziken, but I don't think that's too... Oh my god! Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Alright, so this is dead. Maybe I should have swapped something in, but I don't know what I would have swapped in. What's very nice is that the spike is here to stay, which is cool. I like that. That's fun. What's not very cool is that I don't really have a Blaziken swap in anymore. But you know what? We have spikes up. We're getting it in range of things. It's not the end of the world. It's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. So we'll see. I would love to see Blaziken come in here. I would love that, because what that would do is it would let me get Aqua Jet off, and I would hope that he doesn't expect or see that coming. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna click Aqua Jet. I want this in range of my priority, so I will just go for it. I'm torrent boosted, so it'll do quite a bit. Hell, it might even put it in range of another spike, so we are gonna go for the Aqua Jet, see how much this is gonna do. That's a chunk. I'll fucking take it. And he's going for Flare Blitz, so that's cool. Nice. What is my fire resist? Hilarious. Okay. Let us go into Mount here. Right? Right. Boy, do I wish I was Eject Pack CC right now. I'll tell you that much. Play Rough or Rock Blast? Let's go for Play Rough here. Yeah. Switches out. I could have gone into a Selgor, but that just seems way too fucking risky. You have no idea how badly I want to call the U-turn right now. We do land. That's damage. That's chip. I'm afraid of him U-turning so badly. Do I need this? Kind of. I mean, I resist the CC. I don't resist the Flare Blitz after this, but two things are a range of priority. I'm going to make a play here. Because if I go as Selgor, he has to click Flare Blitz, which sucks for me, because I just get caught in this trap. So I need to make the read and go for Player Off and hope that he U-turns. Well, he didn't Grassy Glide, so that's kind of cool. Yes! Okay, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. That makes me happy. That's huge. That's it. That's a huge play. Let's fucking go. We're making reads. He can't go into Blaziken here because I can easily sucker. Beer. What the fuck is that? That's AG Slash. Okay. Leftovers. Show me the leftovers. I'd like to see them, please. Okay, there they are. Just kidding. That's Grassy Train. I'm a liar. So I have a few options. I could go directly into my Cinccino. If he autonomizes here, that is rough for me. Honestly, I think I'm just going to drill run here. I need to attack what's in front of me. If he goes for autonomize, then it, I can sucker punch him right after. So I drill run, I land. It does a fat fucking chunk. He stance changes, probably CCs me. Shadow Claws me. Does that even kill? Yeah, it does. Okay. Sucker from Bisharp is looking fucking sexy right now. So I could go Bisharp and click knockoff. I could also go Cinccino and sub. What is preferable? I think going into Ribcage is preferable, but then you can go into Crook, which I don't like that much. So maybe I do go into London and click sub. That'd be fucking cool. So let's do that. Yes, let's do that. So what's dead right now? Is it just Lycan? Nope, two things are dead. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. All right, let's sub. If he's King Shield, I obviously sub on it, which is nice. He does King Shield. There's the set. Let's fucking go. You love to see it. So we get to click sub. Praying he's not Colbur. I don't know why the fuck he'd be Colbur, but I hope he isn't. Even if he is, I could still, like, you know, do stuff. Bisharp's looking clean here, though. Really clean. So let's knock off. Please don't be Golber. Should kill. Always. Unless he's Golber, in which case it won't. But here we are. God, now I wish I got hard Cinccino. Could you imagine? Oh my god. But CC was just too possible of a play on his end. So he swaps out, which I will take. Goes into Diddy Konga. So he sacks this off. I hope. This should kill. I hope. I think. 20%? You could do 20% Cinccino. I believe in you. Alright. Never mind. How many train turns we got left? Oh, 0. Okay. No Eviolite. Max defense Thwacky. Because I just don't want to fucking miss. I have time, so let me breathe. 252. It's a 10%. Say your Impish. Knockoff does 10 to 15. If Eviolite is gone, it does still 15 to 18 to max Thwacky. So knockoff should always kill, which is amazing. And now, what does he go into? If he goes into Blaziken, I'm gonna sub again. Just because I want to see, like, if he U-turns, like, what the fuck? If he goes into Crook, we'll know if it's Scarf. If he goes into Curum, we can Rock Blast. The Master. What the fuck? Okay. So, I would love nothing more. It's Intimidate! Okay, I would love nothing more than to knock you off. Is that the correct play? I think so. I think so. But also, Tail Slap just does a shit ton. And I think it puts you in range of Sucker. So that's probably better. So let's do that. You're not Scarf. 2. God, that is bulky. 3, 4, 5. Do you Scale Shot here? What did we say? What did we say? I was literally in Prep City and I was like, look, this is 100% going to fucking flinch just because it didn't flinch in the actual game. That is hilarious. I am crying. I am laughing. That is hilarious. King's Rocks and Chino. I'm so glad I didn't change the item. I was almost fucking air balloon on this thing. What a fucking loser I would have been. That's hilarious. That's so funny. I am so sorry. Just kidding. I'm not. That's why I made the item. I'm so sorry, though. He is probably angry because it's 3 in the morning, and I've been a terrible person. So I do apologize, but also it was kind of the optimal item. I gotta say. So it's possible this thing just starts going crazy here. Okay, please land. Please land. Please land. Yes, this should kill. This should kill. This should kill. Okay, perfect. AG slash. AG slash, AG slash, AG slash. I should be able to just knock it off. I don't care too much about King Shield. That's fine. I'm not too upset about it. I guess there's a universe. No, he goes into U. So I'm going to sub here because I would like to, you know, what are the words? I would like to see what you lock into. That seems important to know. Really important to know. So let's sub here. HP isn't super important on you. He goes for Earthquake. Interesting. Okay. I suppose that's fine. Do I want to preserve this? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I just take my kill. I mean, I knock off here regardless. Yes. Yes. Okay. So Blaziken should be dead. Die. Die. Cool. 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 We're getting places, people. And now, if AG comes in, I'm just gonna knock. I'm just gonna knock. I don't have a reason not to. I could sub, actually. I literally have no reason not to sub. And he goes Curum. Okay, so we're gonna Rock Blast Curum here. If I don't kill, and that's a big if, it's possible, then he might DD, but I do have Sucker in the back. I also have Sucker, well, I have Bisharp in the back with Shuka if he's Specs. If he is, okay, we land. That doesn't look like it's gonna kill. 3, 4, if we flinch here, we win. 5. Flinch. Okay, he's doing go. So, Cinccino's gonna die here, but it has done a fuck ton of work, which I am happy as fuck about. What is the right move now? I think the right move is going to Mew and click knockoff into low kick. Yes. Knockoff covers the AG play. I could even just click knock into knock, which would also be fine. So we're going to knock here. We should outspeed. We'll see what the fuck he is. He's boots, and he roosts. Okay. So, not perfect, but also, I can low kick now. Kills. Okay, I should just win now. Unless this AG is something crazy. But I've Bisharpen back with Sucker. He's not lefties, so he can't, like, stall me somehow. Frankly, I don't even know if Shadow Claw kills me. And I don't even know if it's possible for him to live a knockoff. But we'll find out. Because it's -1, it's not -2. So he's at 24%. So AG Shield, Mew, knock. Whoa, I don't know how to. Okay. -1 should still kill. So knockoff is extremely free. If he was Colbur this whole time, then he got me, but also he should have been better about it before. Nope, he just lets it go down, and we beat Jack. We win in the finals rematch. What the fuck? Let's go. It's the comeback, baby. It's the comeback. It's the comeback. You thought we were out of UBL? No, we're not. We're here. Cinchino, baby. Kings Rock. We're playing into the hacks. I'm an evil person. But hey, whatever. I've recently embraced my toxicity. You know, this is my affirmation. This is my toxicity affirmation. I just get to be a horrible person. No, but for real, good game to Jack. I do feel very weird about that. I don't feel too bad because it was a 41% chance. And, you know, I didn't get it on the Curum, but I got it on the Crook. That seems relatively fair. Odds are still slightly in his favor for that, but whatever. But it's interesting that the Crook wasn't Scarf. I was very afraid of Scarf Crocodile, and I think that him not being Scarf Crocodile, he looked to be defensive, which is very interesting because I would have assumed a defensive set would be for either Lycanroc or Bisharp, but he had Intimidate, so it wouldn't have been for Bisharp, and he had Thwaggy for Lycanroc, so I'm going to be very curious to see what that thing was. But the spike was huge. I'm very happy that I U-turned the times that I did. I don't think I played too badly that game. I think my head was in it, and you know, I made some pretty straightforward plays. So thankfully we're back up to 2-2. That's extremely important in a league this tight, and extremely important because our schedule is not getting easier. We still got like Matt O'Shea, Razor, Kelly on the rest of our schedule, so it's going to be tough. But getting this win, I think, is absolutely monumental because it was one of the games that I looked at on my schedule and I said, okay, this could pretty easily be a loss, and if it can be a win, then that puts me in a good position to you know, stay strong this season. So I'm very glad we got the win over Gray. Go check out his channel. He's like the greatest person of all time, and I love him. Sorry that we had to play at like 3 a.m. his time. I feel kind of bad. But here we are. Yeah, all right. I should stop rambling. See you all in week 5, and later. Bye.